Text prison story family salute, y'all. It's your boy Tim Snow back here with another one. And like I always tell you, man, this is not the life you want. Nothing glamorous about the inside, nothing exciting. Matter of fact, it's a whole lot of boring. And with a little bit of excitement mixed in, it's not the kind you want. We're just getting word yesterday about an infamous serial killer from the Dallas area who was, one of the craziest cases that we've ever heard of. He's suspected of killing over 24 women, stealing from them, robbing, brutal deaths. And he met his own match inside of a Texas prison. So we're going to talk about it a little bit. I want you to know who he was first.
Say that he attacked elderly women, smothering them to death and then stealing from them. Now, Billy Chemirmir faces 12 counts of capital murder in Dallas and Collin counties. But some of the victims' families say that they also blame the retirement communities where he was lurking. CBS 11's Brooke Rogers, live for us in their own words today in North Dallas. Brooke?
Well, Doug, this is where several of his alleged victims live. Now, some of those families are saying these facilities should have done more to protect.
So right there saying 12 counts of capital murder. That's 12 bodies under his belt right there charged with. At the end of the investigation, he was charged with 22 women. Okay, so it took him a while to get the other 10 charges. And we're going to check it out. Who was Billy Chemirmir? Accused serial killer meets violent death, just like the 22 women he was charged with killing. Chemirmir, 50 years old, died at the hands of a convicted killer from Harris County, according to prison officials. He was serving life without parole on 2 of the murders. The story of accused serial killer came to a violent end Tuesday when he was killed by a cellmate at a Texas prison. Billy Chemirmir was found dead in the Coffield unit cell he shared with the unidentified killer out of Harris County. TDCJ isn't saying how Chemirmir was killed, but WFAA, our sister station in Dallas, was reporting that he had beaten and stabbed to death. Okay. Imagine being a man that killed 22 people, maybe even more. You feel like you can do it again. You're not scared to kill. You know, you're basically feeling yourself. Well, welcome to Coffield unit, where they walk you inside of a little cell with another man exactly like you. Another man that's already serving life for murder. Another man that probably doesn't like what you did. Doesn't appreciate you killing 22 women. I don't know, that's just speculation, but now both of you guys are locked inside of this tiny steel box for 14 days straight, 24 hours a day, and you may or may not even like each other. Temperature is high, tempers are high, patience is low. We've already had reports of them feeding them men on Coffield like very sporadically. I mean, nothing is on a schedule right now. They're not taking showers. I don't believe they're not doing anything. They're literally doing lockdown box time. Everybody's getting searched. Everybody's just agitated. Anxiety is at a high level. So when it's like that, respect has to be at the highest level ever. Because your cellmate that does like you, it might be your friend. It won't take a whole lot to make him mad. You know what I mean? And we're going to talk about next what they say happened. Of course, TDCJ is not releasing details. They said he was found in a cell. But we got something right here that might say a little bit different.
His situation was he was in a cell with a person who was convicted of murder, so anything can happen.
So, Billy Chemirmir, what do you know? What happened?
Well, I was called early this morning from TDCJ, and my understanding is that he got into an argument of some sort, said something inappropriate to his cellmate, and the cellmate killed him, beat him to death.
Beat him to death? Wasn't stabbed or?
Well, maybe stabbed with a pen, but not a knife, perhaps. But even though they're on lockdown, apparently he somehow opened the door and dragged him into the hallway, and there were other prisoners who saw it, and nobody intervened or nobody called for help. And basically he was there for about 15 or 20 minutes before anybody of authority could figure out that what had happened, and he was there, and they tried to revive him.
Now, I'm not sure why they would release the statement, or I'm not 100% sure they did, or where this news agency that I just got this story from got the word that he was found dead in his cell. This man right here is saying that he somehow managed to open his door, drag the man out, and he was in the hallway or on the run for about 15, 20 minutes. Okay, that's common. If one of your family members dies on the inside, you'll hear 10 different stories from them too. And inmates might give you 11. So I'm not surprised about that. The district attorney looks like he's surprised that they were able to open the door. The man, on all those old units, you can open your door. They know that. Takes nothing but a shoestring, a little piece of a sheet. And those doors have been like that since day one. That's why the old prisons are so dangerous. Man, you can be asleep, somebody pop your door and come in on you wearing a damn mask. They will wear a mask and come rob you if you're somebody that they feel like they can get away with it. Think about that. You're in your maximum security prison cells, fast asleep, dreaming about your mama or your girlfriend. You wake up with a knife pointed at your neck and an inmate in a mask. What the hell you gonna do? You know, for years and years and years, and still right now, I don't believe there's cameras on these cell blocks. If they put them in, they're new, and I didn't know about it. So a man could get away with that. Highway robbery, jacking people in their cells. They can come out of their cell and go in yours while you're in the day room. Like, the only thing keeping you safe and your property belonging to you is respect. That's it. And Texas has this weird thing ever since they began, I guess. My friend Gary, shout out to Gary from Corpus, has got a lot of stories because he was there the day that Texas prison system integrated cells, and nobody of any race liked it. Whites didn't like it, blacks didn't like it, and the Mexicans didn't like it. And Texas has this policy about forcing you to live with people. If you watch the video I did called Being a Prison Sex Slave about Coco, Mr. Johnson, you'll see how hard it was for him to get help. You know, a lot of times these guys are getting murdered in their cells. Texas is up to 17 murders right now. The majority of them are cellmates killing each other. If they would work their system a little bit more like the feds, a lot of this will be avoided. In the federal system, if you're not getting along with your cellmate, they have a counselor that you can go talk to. And you just straight tell her. You don't got to rat on them. You don't got to say why y'all don't like each other. You don't got to say anything. You can just go in there and say, yo, I don't like this cell. I need to get a new one. And that counselor will tell you, okay, go find somebody that'll trade with you. Go find an empty cell that you can stay in, whatever. You know what I mean? But that's cool. So they're not forcing men that don't like each other to live together. You might be a member of a white prison gang in Texas and got to share a cell with a black Crip. You might be Hispanic gang member having to be with a black Crip. You know, just it's totally random and it's wrong. Like, these men, some of these guys are serving life without parole and should be able to pick who they get to live with in a cell. Not necessarily saying let them pick cell blocks or anything like that. But if these people are coming to you telling there's a problem and you're totally ignoring it, like happens a lot of times, then you're just as negligent. And I don't know why people don't see that. I think a lot of people don't understand how it works. So this is one time here where a murder is actually being celebrated. Think about that. And I totally understand. And I'll say this to that man that did this. Man, I just hope I hope they take into account who your victim was. I hope it was self-defense. Hell, I hope you can say that, because this is truly a man that probably deserved the death penalty, and he got life without parole. And you know, in Texas, we put everybody on death row, so I'm not sure how that played out, or if he made a plea bargain deal or what. But if you're one of those women's family, how about you go put some money on that guy's books today? He clearly won't be able to spend it for a while. He'll be in SEG, maybe going back to the county jail up there, getting reindicted with murder. I don't know what they're going to do to him. It's going to be serious. But while you're celebrating, don't forget the man that made it happen too. And Texas Prison Story family, will catch you later.